Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. We are coming to you at a special time with our migraine strategy call. We normally meet with you on Thursday, but we switched our day today because we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have Marcia, who's joining us, a graduate from the Freedom From Migraine Method program, and she is here to share her story with us this evening. So, Marcia, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm just going to give everybody a quick second to pop on and make sure that we are good to go in the Facebook group over here. I know it takes a quick second sometimes for Facebook to catch up, so I want to make sure that we're all set. There we go. I can see us live. Wonderful. So before we get started, everyone, let me just give you a little background on Marcia, just so you know who you are listening to today. So Marcia's 51, has worked in the human service field for the majority of her career. And she suffered with migraines for about 25 years, with the migraines becoming more frequent and more severe in the last 15 years, until a little while ago, which is what we're here to talk about today. So I'm so glad that you're here. This really makes a big difference when we can share our story with women who are still suffering with migraines and give them that hope. That is our big word of the year in my company, is hope. And I can't thank you enough for being here after a hard days of work to share hope with everyone else.
Yeah, your program definitely has provided a lot of hope.
Well, I'm so glad. So you joined the Freedom From Migraine Method Complete after, it was a few months, I think you were hanging out in the Women's Migraine Freedom group of, 4+ months. So what was it that kind of made you wait so long? You joined this group, you see us talking about migraine freedom. Why did you wait so long to join the Freedom From Migraine Method?
Even though the information you presented was very intriguing and it resonated with me, I think a lot of it was fear, fear of change. I get very comfortable doing the same thing day after day, whether it works or not. But I always had my meds to fall back on. Oh, if I got a migraine, I might feel like crap, but I'll take a med, it'll go away. Next doctor appointment, he'll throw another med at me. It may or may not work. So I was just very apprehensive as to whether I really wanted to make what I believed were going to be huge changes in my life. So fear and apprehension.
Absolutely.
And some selfishness too. It's like, I don't know that I'm ready to give up sugar or change my diet that much. I really like my ice cream. And
Don't we all? Don't we all? Absolutely. And I like how you say, you really weren't sure if you wanted to make those changes or ready to, because believe it or not, our body, physical body, actually does resist change. And it doesn't necessarily have the smarts to know whether, a change is good or bad in the initial phases. For example, somebody who's trying to get off of sugar, if you eat a lot of sugar, you may notice that you feel kind of crappy for the first week or so. And it's your body kind of detoxing from that, but also rebelling, saying, hey, I want that back. But then once you get through that process, your body realizes, oh man, I feel so much better. Then your body is going to rebel when you put it back. So I think our minds are kind of the same way, right? We're kind of like, this is comfort. It's what do they say? The devil, right? You're kind of better off with what you know versus what that unknown is. And you probably didn't know what it was going to be like to go through something like this. So that fear could be there.
Right. And fear, if you go through all that work to try to get better, what if that doesn't work then? So
yeah. Do you think that's why you were a little skeptical too, because there was that fear that it wasn't going to work?
Definitely. Yeah. After trying so many preventative medications that might work for a little while and then they fail. And also rescue meds too. I've gone through most of them as well.
Absolutely. And I'm sure people watching right now, I'm just double checking to see if anybody's on the other side. I'm sure people watching right now are feeling the same way. You've taken the meds, you've done the rescue meds, and, sometimes it is just easier to pop that pill, but it's not always the best answer for us, is it? And it doesn't always work the way that we want it to work.
No, and the side effects are typically awful.
Yeah, absolutely. So fast forward now, you've gone through the program, you've done the protocol, it's 4 months later. How do you feel about the fact that you waited like 4 months in the group before joining? How does that make you feel now that you waited and wasted that time?
It makes me sad, thinking of the time I could have been spending bettering my life overall,
Mm-hmm.
and getting relief from my migraines rather than medication. Because so many activities that I would do, like, even though I didn't typically say no to
Mm-hmm.
activities, most of them I would participate them pretty much stoned on my rescue medication.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so it's like so much in life I've experienced under that fog of the rescue medications, along with the effects of the migraine itself, and just functioning rather than enjoying life.
Exactly. And I think that right there is going to resonate with so many people, because most of the women I talk to, the majority don't cancel plans. They go through with them, but it's like you're going through them like a zombie,
Yes.
and then afterwards it's like, did I enjoy myself? Do I remember half of what happened? I mean, I know that we all don't remember everything from years and years ago, but my kids tell me stories about sporting events and, concerts and things I went to. I'm like, I don't remember that. Like, I literally don't even remember being there. And I'm sure some of them, yes, is because we can't remember everything, but I'm sure a lot of them is just because of the fact that I was in this drug state all the time.
Right.
And that's just no way to live, is it?
Not at
No,
all. Your
no.
body feels so worn out, and your mind is worn out. Just
Absolutely. So speaking of how worn out we felt, how do you feel now in comparison to before the program?
I actually have more energy. I wouldn't say this huge burst of energy all the time, but I've been noticing subtle changes. Like, for example, after a day of work and making supper or doing dishes, before I would just change into my pajamas, sit in
Mhm.
front of the TV, which I'm not saying I don't do that anymore.
And that's okay every once in a while, right? We have to enjoy,
Right,
and work is long. It doesn't matter
right,
if you have migraines or not.
right. So now I find myself taking the dog around the block. I don't want to say walk because she's in here and probably did
I
hear,
get it. I get it.
but I just find myself being up and moving around until it's time for bed, or at least closer to bed. So that's nice. I get more done around the house.
And just think about how many more hours you get back. I thought about that the other day, that I used to do that literally all the time, come in from work, eat, sit down. And it was probably, God, if I have to look back, 3.5 hours a night that I would just sit there on the couch because I was so tired and not do anything else. So even if we round it to 3 times 7, that's 21 hours a week that I was just, again, and not that we don't like our shows. Trust me, there are things that I Netflix like crazy, but 21 hours a week that I could be doing other things. Think about what you can do with that time now.
And
So
now that
many
I
things.
do, it's nice having the energy to go out and plant flowers, or just be outdoors.
It is that time of year, isn't it? It is that time of year. Oh, well, hello, everyone. Thank you for popping on. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Kristen. For anybody that's watching, make sure that if you have any questions for Marcia or myself, feel free to pop those right in chat right now. Or if you're watching on the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay and still pop your questions in there. Just make sure you tag a member of the team so that we see your question and we can make sure to get back to you. I know Valentina will be watching this post throughout the week, and she'll also be dumping in Marcia's full story. So we'll make sure that we get that in here as well, so that you can hear kind of from the beginning till now what she's had to go through. And I'm sure it's going to resonate with quite a few of you, because most of these stories are pretty similar, aren't they? Yeah. So everything is going so much better now. You're feeling so much better. Is there anything that you would like to share with the women that are watching right now and on the replay that you feel will really help them know that there is hope, and that they don't have to keep taking the meds, the rescue meds, like you said, or the Botox, or like you and I talked about, there was this woman today I was chatting with that's about to go have a big time surgery, a sinus surgery, which chances are she probably doesn't need, but the doctors don't know what else to do. So what would you say to these women to give them a little bit of hope?
If I can make improvements, you can. Because yeah, I was very skeptical, very stubborn, because it just seemed so drastic. But you know what? The medications we've all been taking are a drastic measure too. They're not good for our bodies to be on long term, or even short term, much of the time. And it's just the program is a nice holistic view. So it's not just focused on one certain part of your life. It's your whole life overall that, regardless of migraines, the changes within this program are helpful. So it's an awesome program. And it just helps you deal with life overall better.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's the key thing, is that so many women, and as you mentioned, the energy, so many women walk away, not just reducing the severity, duration, and frequency of their migraines, but really feeling like they've, breathed life back into themselves, lifting that brain fog, getting that energy back, even noticing allergies aren't as severe, joint pain might not be as bad. Drives me crazy when the doctor says, oh yeah, that joint pain's from you getting older. No, it's from inflammation. You can be 80 years old and not have joint pain. It's just a matter of how much inflammation's there. So that's so wonderful. So I just want to sum up before we let everybody go and enjoy their wonderful evening. Marcia mentioned the program, and there are many different ways that we do work with women. We want you to know that within the Women's Migraine Freedom Group, we're here to support you in the way that works right for you. We have a Migraine Freedom protocol that we use in every single way that we work with women, whether that be doing a challenge, one of our free challenges, or doing a masterclass, or joining us for a webinar, working with us in a group coaching program like Marcia did, or working with us on private coaching for someone who may be experiencing migraines almost every day in bed, not able to get to work. So this protocol, the amazing thing about it is we can take it and use it in every way, shape, or form that we support you. So if there's something that we can do for anyone that's watching today who is done, who is ready to start living life like Marcia is, then just comment, I'm ready, below, and let us talk to you so that we can see exactly what the best way would be to help you. There is absolutely no pressure. The reason this group is here is to help you in the way that works right for you. So reach out. You have nothing to lose, but possibly some migraine pain, which I'd say is not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. All right, Marcia, thank you so much for being here this evening. This was an amazing talk. I really appreciate your time, and you better not be a stranger, and keep letting us know how amazing you're doing in the group, okay?
I will. Thank you so much for everything.
Absolutely. And for everybody else, we will see you next week back at our normal time on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to be talking to Lisa about her experience. Lisa has been on disability for years due to her migraines, and is finally starting to see some amazing results. So if you are someone who is struggling with work, not able to work due to migraines, and really just ready to start making a difference and get back there in society and be able to get back to a career you love, don't miss this call next Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, everybody, have an amazing evening. Here is to your migraine freedom, and we will see you in the group. Take care.
Bye-bye.